Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. You already know what it is. It's Marshayla Monique. And if I'm being honest, y'all, I'm not feeling the best. And I'm not like sick or anything, like just like mentally just not the best. So I felt like today, like I need to get up and do something and record, because like I'm trying to figure out like what is going to bring me back to life, like what is going to get me through this little hump that I'm going through. And I always remember that what I love to do is record YouTube videos, so here I am to talk to y'all. But today's gonna be kind of different. What I wanted to do is show y'all a few of my favorite journals and some of my personal journals as well. I know I've done a journal video before where I basically like read some things in my old journals, which I will do for y'all again today because I found some extra journals. But I did that and it was kind of like emotional and stuff like that, because the furthest journal back that I had was in 2019, I think it was. And that's when I like went through a bad breakup and my dad passed away. So like that journal was pretty sad. So I have a lot more this time, so we'll just go one by one, and I won't order them in like any type of fashion of like what I like the best, what I like the least. Some of these, actually no, I left those ones in the room because I have a bunch of books that I haven't used or read yet, because there's another thing about me, I'm like a book hoarder. I'll buy a bunch of books and then never read them or never write in them, or journals as well. So yes. Okay, first off we got the Bible Promises for Women. My mom actually gave this to me in 2020 when I opened up about something personal that I had went through when I was younger, and I think she really just didn't know how to react and was kind of just like, here's the Lord Jesus. But this is pretty good actually. I don't know, well, it says the publishing company is Broad Street, but I don't really know like where you'll be able to buy this, because it seemed like she just pulled this out of nowhere. But it has different chapters for honestly anything that you're going through: depression, trying to find courage, humility, what else we have, grace, generosity. It really has prayers for anything. So this is more on the religious side, and I like it more because I do want to start like reading the Bible again, because I feel like I haven't really opened up a real Bible since I was probably in vacation Bible school. But I want to open up a Bible very soon. But I think the tactic, I mean the way that I like to process the Bible, like it has to be in sections. Reading it all at once, or just like reading everything all at once in general, has never really been my thing, because like the way my mind works is I need to stop every 15 minutes. So this is like a shorter religious read, if any of that makes sense, because now looking back it's not like this. Next up we have this journal. This is my favorite journal. This is my favorite journal. This is when I first like kind of started writing again consistently. This is from 2019. I'm pretty sure I got it from Marshall's. I was still in college when I had this. So on the back it says like, you are strong, beautiful, smart, and blessed. You are loved by many. And one thing that I do whenever I make my journals is anytime I start a new journal, so basically what I do is every year, every January 1st, I get a new journal. So every January 1st, I have been going to Marshall's, TJ Maxx, wherever I can find a cute journal, and getting it, and I'm setting up my journal for the year. And it really doesn't even matter if I write on every single page. It doesn't matter if I skip some days. Like, I just want it to be like a reflection of my year. So what I do on the first page of every single journal that I get is I write a note to myself. So this note from January 4th, 2019 at 11:59 p.m. Okay, I know that I said I get it every January 1st. I literally just lied to y'all. I mean, it's a few days on this one when I was trying to figure out like what I wanted to do. So like I didn't mean to lie, but like whatever. So the note to myself, this one says, put your happiness first this year, save up your money and keep pushing forward. Stop dwelling on broken relationships, move forward and don't hold grudges. Smile more, laugh more, live up your 20s and don't hold back. Travel, splurge, pray, no more talking, just do it. Try to write down your daily thoughts, plans. Whatever's on your mind, vent and take notes. Make plans and connections. 2019 is your year. Kill shit. So there's so much irony in this because 2019 ended up being probably one of the best and worst years of my life. 2019 is the first time that I ever got to go to a beach. 2019 is when my dad passed away. 2019 is when coronavirus happened and I lost all of my jobs. So it's like the only good thing for me that came out of 2019 for real was that I finally got to go to a beach. And like spring break 2019 is something that I will never forget, and I'll talk about it till the day that I die. Literally to the day that I die. People probably be like, damn, you keep posting flashbacks from 2019 spring break, like girl, hang it up. No. Next up we have this book. This is called Calm the F Down. How to control what you can accept and what you can't, so you start freaking out and get on with your life. This book is really cute. I like it because for one, like the way that my mind processes books is like different. So I need like sections, I need like, you know, boxes and stuff like that. I need stuff that is going to keep my attention, you know what I mean? So this just goes through a bunch of like prompts about literally life is not even that deep. Life is really not even that deep, and I just feel like sometimes people just take it too serious. So it's really just like prompts to get you to relax and realize that like life is just like a wave. It's going to take you up, take you down, and that's truly inevitable. So it's really not that deep. I stress about life a lot. I stress about life a lot. I'm also an overthinker, having anxiety, so I always worry pretty much. So this was a good book. I'm not going to say it helped me 100%, but it was cute to give me pretty much some things to help me like just ease in my mind. Like, you're only 25, like relax, not that deep. Okay, next one we have, this one is called Burn After Writing by Sharon Jones. I seen this on Amazon and I added it to my favorites, and then when I went to Charlotte in April, I don't know if I had said something about this book or my cousin just felt like I needed it, but she mailed this back to me as a gift when I got home from Charlotte. I think we talked about it while I was there and she just like picked up on it, but this is a great one. And I'll say this because it's almost like a secret diary that like no one is ever going to read, which I mean all of your journals can be like that, but like this one, the title Burn After Writing, which is really what I'm going to do once I finish it. But just to give y'all a little sneak peek into this, it's like, how honest can you be when no one is watching? So that's the mindset that this book wants you to have as you're going through it. So let me read something to y'all. So these prompts say, the single biggest waste of energy in my life right now, and then it gives you spaces. This other one says, people I'd like to punch in the face. Can't wait to get to this page. If I could go back in time and witness any historical event, what would it be? People that should be forgiven, things I find ridiculous, and things that are too taboo for me, the things I find hard to talk about even with friends. I have a few of those. But yeah, basically this book just wants you to truly be vulnerable and get out exactly how you feel in here and write like nobody is watching. And I really need that because like this actually deep dives into some questions that I really never thought about. So there's this one really good question in here, and it says and it's a quote I see a lot of places. It was like, one day we all stopped going outside and playing with our friends, or something along the lines of that. And that is something that lives in my mind rent free. And the reasoning being is like, when was the last time we all just like grew up in transition and people moved out the neighborhood and we got phones, technology came? But the prompt was saying, like, if you could go back to that day, what would you do? Like, if you knew that that was going to be the last day you was ever going to chop it up and play outside with your friends, like, what would you do? So I think that's a cool prompt. And with this, I'm personally being brutally honest, and like I said, it's stirring up some things that I never thought about, but I really do enjoy this. And they sell it on Amazon. Like I said, I actually seen it in Five Below, and I also seen it in Barnes and Noble. Okay, this next one is called Her. My cousin also got this for me. Beautiful, 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 beautiful book. Another one that I like solely because it is poems, almost like Milk and Honey, but not really. So I really do love Milk and Honey. Milk and Honey kind of has like following one specific, like targeting one specific audience, I say, maybe. But like Her, there's also a him. So like the author of this wants him to read her and her to read him, and her to read her and him to read him, if that makes sense. So let me read something out of here for you. Okay, so this one says, until you truly realize that you are a queen, jokers will invite themselves into your heart, masking themselves as kings. And ladies, did y'all hear that? Like, once we start putting ourselves on a higher standard and showing up as our highest selves, we're not going to attract bums and frogs anymore. We're going to attract kings. But until you show up as your highest self, people are going to come disguised as people that they aren't. So you got to be who you are, period. But this is really, really good. My cousin, he has him. So we're gonna do a book swap soon so that I can like dive into that and like really get to understand maybe sometimes men's perspectives, or just like understanding them on an emotional level, especially because like men are always made out to just be the tough guys at all times, but like they go through stuff, they have trauma just how we have trauma, like, and it's deeper than them like not having a father figure. Like, men go through things as well. Okay, this next one, y'all already know the vibes. If you never read Milk and Honey, girl, you're really not a city girl. Simple, you're not a city girl. This is part of the City Girl startup kit, Healed Girl startup kit, Hot Girl Summer startup kit, all that there. This is beautiful, simply, and I could read it a million times. Just addressing her trauma, walking us through the process that she went through, giving us sunshine at the end of the storm that we all go through in any life journey, in any walk of life. Like, this is beautifully said, and she even deep dives into like things that she's talked about, like with her family, like relationships that she's been through, people who have done horrible things to her. Like, if you haven't read this, I will read something out of here for you and then we'll go. So here's a good one. So this one says, I'm confident I'm over you. So much that some mornings I wake up with a smile on my face, my hands pressed together, thanking the universe for pulling you out of me. Thank God I cry. Thank God you left. I would not be the empire I am today if you had stayed. But then there are some nights I imagine what I might do if you showed up. How if you walked into the room this very second, every awful thing you've ever done would be tossed out of the closet window and all the love would rise up again. It would pour through my eyes as if it never really left in the first place. As if it's been practicing how to stay silent so long, only so it could be this loud on your arrival. Can someone explain that? How even when the love leaves, it doesn't leave you? How even when I am so past you, I'm helplessly brought back to you? That was kind of long, I'm sorry y'all, but that is something that a lot of us can relate to, going through breakups, getting your heart broken, and knowing that like you have to let a person go, or like this person has been so bad to you that you know you have to let them go. But like going through that process, sometimes you really still have a sweet spot for them. So it's like, you can say you hate them all you want, you can say you're over them all you want, but like you still got love for them, especially if you're a good person. Like, that's literally the word. So this book helped me out a lot. Okay, here is my next book. This is one of my favorites. This is a journal actually that I got from Barnes & Noble. This is called the Thrive Journal. This also has a bunch of prompts in it that you can fill out as well. This is probably my favorite right now. Like, did I already say that? This is my favorite right now. Solely because like I get to really think, and I get to really like dig deeper into how I feel about certain things, or like how I feel about myself. And something that I really needed in this book is it talked about imposter syndrome, and that is something that I have because I always feel like, why me? But I shouldn't be asking. I should just be thankful. Or sometimes I'm afraid to like share my wins with people because I don't want people to think that I'm bragging. There's things in here for that. There's things on addressing like sometimes you need to say no more than you say yes, and just like playing out different scenarios. Like, give an example of a time you said yes but you really wanted to say no, and like how would you do that differently? How did that make you feel? So I really love this. As y'all can clearly see, I love writing prompt books because like I want to read, but I also want to engage, and I also want to reflect. So I'll always keep all in my journal. Okay, next up we have this. This is from 2021. This is from 2021. This is just a regular journal, so I'll read the notes to y'all. January 1st, 2021. So it says, note to myself, 2020 broke you down and built you up at the same time, but you still remain solid. This year, I want you to love Marshayla more and begin to find ways to heal past wounds. Be open, be vulnerable, but continue to be you unapologetically. I love you. Come back and read this when the vision starts to get blurry at 7:25 p.m. Love this because 2020 was a year of growth and a year of like this great awakening for me, and figuring out myself and figuring out what I wanted to do, who I wanted to be around. Whenever the world slowed down and the pandemic happened, I had time to like reflect on so much, and like a lot of things came to the surface again that I really didn't know that I still wasn't over. So it was beautiful. 2020 was beautiful, even though the pandemic sucked, and I'm really sorry for people that lost their family members. It was a great year for me. It was a great year for me, and I really needed that. Like, I really needed 2020. Like, life sometimes moves so fast that like I didn't even get to just stop and breathe. Like, I was always on the move. So that's what this is. Beautiful things in here. Lastly, we have my journal from 2020. I think this was kind of like a spur in the moment 2020, because 2020 I didn't start writing in January because I needed space from like the end of 2019 happening. Yeah, I needed time. So the first prompt I have in here is from March 20th, 2020. So there's a little bit of prompts in the 2019 journal from 2020, but like not too much. So let's read this note. This one says, Friday, 9:24 p.m. I'm switching journals so I have more space to expand my mind. I like to visualize my emotions. Today was just another day stuck inside, but it has my mind going. Am I wrong for telling people what happened in my last relationship? I am beating myself up so bad, but I can't let my mental slip away during this time. I thought I was okay because I was blinded by having fun, but deep down I'm so hurt and I want to go back to normal. I don't want to slip away. I want to be happy and I want to be content with my life and the people in it. Positive thoughts only. I haven't read that in a while, so like I said, this was entering in 2020, so it's like end of 2019 wasn't great. Okay, first few months of 2020 were okay. I was still fighting a battle, but still wasn't the greatest. But like I said, I'm happy that 2020 happened, so I definitely am going to go back and reflect on some of these as well. Okay, so those are all of the journals that I have right now. I am currently reading This Kind of Love by Kaylin and Kyra Edwards. They're a YouTube couple, and it kind of just shows their story of like them in middle school, high school, how they met, how they fell off, rekindled their love, brought God into their life, stayed a virgin till marriage, or didn't have sex till marriage. beautiful story. It says an overwhelming power of promises, patience, and faith, which there's a lot of gems in here solely because they are creators just like me, and like they just talk about their story of trusting the process and just having faith in what you're doing and what you're chasing will all come full circle. So this is a great read for sure. That is all that I have for y'all today. Thank y'all for tuning into another video. Like I said, I'm not feeling the best, but this kind of has me feeling a little bit better. But yeah, we're gonna be cool, we're gonna be straight because we're always good, right? We're always fine. We're fine. You already know what it is, you already know what it ain't, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.